Welcome back. So today I'll be talking about the Gay Pride. June is Gay Pride Month, and here we are in the thick of it. It's the 3rd of June, and I want to talk about Gay Pride and how wonderful the festivities around Washington State will be. Well, as you know, June the 29th, Seattle has their big Gay Pride celebration that's starting, and it's going to be fun filled and exciting. They're going to have the whole, it starts from 500 East Pike all the way to 5 blocks. So if you get a chance, go down there on June the 29th, and also June the 30th is when the big celebration and the parade starts. It starts at Seattle Center, and it starts at 11 o'clock. So if you can make it down there, that would be even nice. So with Gay Pride coming up, let's talk about how everything around Gay Pride is going. We oftentimes get hooked on like going to the bars and the clubs and celebrating in a big group of things. But what we really don't really celebrate is the reason why we have Gay Pride and the things that comes with that, and all the women that had endured to have Gay Pride. We often talk about, oh yeah, we're celebrating who we are, but do we really know how we began and how we came to this point? And that is what I really want to talk about. We've been fighting from the beginning of time for our rights as human beings, and starting in 1962, Love versus Virginia, if you didn't know, that was the beginning of who they could love. So it was the start of not only black and whites being able to marry and love who they want to love, but it was also the start of the revolution of women and women and men to start loving who they was. And ever since then, we've been fighting for our rights to equally love one another, regardless of who it is. So, as that being said, gay rights has been around for a very long time. And for us to celebrate just one day, I don't think that's just right. When we celebrate every day, because every day we love our people. It's nice to have a holiday that celebrates that, but I think that we should celebrate it all the time. You know, we don't have like a heterosexual holiday, you know, but with that said, they didn't have to have all the rights to love each other either. But we, as one, as a whole unit of people, we get to love each other every day. And that's where we come to have Gay Pride. So with that said, we have Gay Pride, and it's just one of those things that we does to recognize who we are. And also I want to say Tacoma, which is in July, they're going to have their Gay Pride too, and it's on the 13th, and that'll be off of 813 Pacific Avenue. And you can be there at 9 o'clock. It's from 9 to roughly, I think 6 or 7. So, I mean, that's a good program to be. That's the Gay Pride for Tacoma. So if you are in that area, you should stop by and check it out. Well, there's Gay Pride celebrations all over Washington State. You should check it out. Look on your local listing. The Stranger has different events that's happening all the time, and they will let you know what is happening in the gay community and where the festivities should be or taking place. If you are a heterosexual person, who would like to take part of the festivities as well, and you want to support your friends who are gay and lesbian or transgender or queer or whoever they would like to go by at that moment, you can come and you're very much welcome, you know, as long as you know that there's no gay bashing, no hating, no arguing, no nothing. You know, this is a very peaceful atmosphere, and we would like to keep it that way. But we would love you to come out and support, bring your families, have a good time, eat with us, and just chill with us. You know, that is one of the things that we want everyone to understand, that we are not excluding anyone. We want to invite everyone to our festivities. And you can come and join the festivities and eat and be merry. So there's gay prides all over the world happening right now. There's like gay pride in Atlanta. There's one that's happening in Italy actually this weekend that is going to go on. So if you do not know where to go or to look up gay pride marches or events, you can go and just on the web and Google gay pride events in the city near you, because there is something always happening this month for gay pride and the beginning part of July as well. So take a moment and look and Google search gay pride events, marches, and even pride events. You know, Pride Fest for Seattle is pridefestseattle.com. You can go and look that up, and it'll tell you all the events that's happening throughout the Seattle and Tacoma area. Oh, and also Everett. So you can go and Google all those places.
In your opinion, Dax, do you think it is important for someone in the LGBT community to attend a gay pride parade, a gay pride celebration?
Well, it's always optional. If a person attends a gay pride event, you know, I feel like that if you would like to attend a gay pride event, or if you want to know about the festivities, it's optional if you do or you don't. Majority of the people, you know, some do attend, and then there's some who are homebodies that doesn't do crowds and stuff, do not attend. So the ones who do not attend, I mean, we're not going to hold it against you, we know you still have the pride, is the ones who attend, you know, hey, come out and enjoy and eat and be merry.
For some people still today, for some gay folks still today, you know, they have to stay very hidden. And okay, so where I'm going with this is, I'd like your opinion on this.
Okay.
So I've even had people filming in this room with me who just say, Jennifer, I have gay friends, I am very supportive, obviously I've signed with you guys, I know you're gay. And I'm like, whoa, what, huh? Oh. They say, but what we don't like is there's no straight pride parade. Why is there a gay pride parade? I hear that statement made not once or twice, on the regular. I hear that statement made. And of course, I tend not to get political with the people who I film with.
Right.
But what would you say? I mean, I always feel like for so often we were told historically that we needed to be invisible, you know, and that coming out in any way would lose us our jobs, our pensions, our whatever, that this is that moment of celebrating the fact that we can now be visible.
Right.
But, I mean, if someone said to you, a friend, you know, these are not people that are trying to be hateful. This is literally just them saying, I don't get it. If someone came to you and said, Dax, there's no straight pride parade, why is there a gay pride parade? What would you say?
Well, I would say there is no straight pride parade because, for one, all started out straight, and there was no laws for straight people. You know, they could marry, be with whoever they wanted to be with, and there was no issue. But when it came to people of color being with another person of color, that was an issue. Gays and lesbians was an issue. Transgender is definitely an issue. And with that said, you know, we couldn't love who we wanted to love. So with that said, we fought for our rights to be able to love who we wanted to love, and we celebrate that. And that's how Gay Pride came about. Majority of the time, people don't realize that love was something that was off the table for a long time for people who wanted to love someone of a different race or a different nationality or the same sex. You know, that wasn't an option to be out and about with that person. You know, you would have to be, if they did was out, there was no interaction like a heterosexual could be, you know, contact with their mate and stuff. And now, you know, we can kiss in public like heterosexuals, we can hug each other, and that is something to celebrate, because for so long we couldn't do that. You know, it wasn't until the late 90s that it was even acceptable to be even out there. You know, San Francisco made it big in public, and they said, hey, we're going against the grain, and this is what we're doing. So it wasn't until then that it started working its way and being acceptable. And then, you know, it wasn't until the late 2000s that, you know, people was finally comfortable enough to come out and say, hey, I'm gay, I'm here. You know, there's been like many artists, many actors and all that other stuff that has been hidden for so long behind the scenes that, you know, they was there all the whole time, and they was gay, and they couldn't be who they really was, their authentic self, because they had to hide who they was because people wouldn't accept them. So yeah, we're gonna celebrate. Yeah, we're gonna have a party and we're gonna throw it big. So for heterosexuals to say that, why is there not a celebration for being heterosexual? It's because heterosexuals for so long has been holding the gays and lesbians back and dividing them and making them feel like they wasn't an equal part of society. So why should we celebrate that? That's nothing that we should celebrate, because, you know, we was never holding you back. It was you holding us back. So.
Now, as you know, here at Blue Forge, we work with all different kinds of people all over the orientation, the gender, and the political spectrums. Like, that's our whole, you know, point,
Right.
is to bring voice to storytellers, all different kinds, as long as everyone is promoting inclusiveness and togetherness.
Right.
So I've also had other folks come in who are filming with us, and they are gay or lesbian, and they say, well, I don't go to the parades because of those extreme elements, you know, the dykes on bikes or the drag queens or whatever it is. And I think, you know, as a gay woman, I feel a little bit more comfortable not being snarky back to these people, but saying, you know, it was the drag queens and the drag kings who were at Stonewall, you know, I mean, it's, so you owe them for every right that you have today, as you're standing here saying, oh, those fringe elements of the gay community. But what would you say to a gay or lesbian person who was like, oh, I don't attend the gay pride parade because of all those fringe elements, all those crazy elements?
Well, Stonewall was the beginning of a turning point of gay communities all around the world. You know, not attending a parade because of that is really funny, because, you know, before lesbians was out in the front center, there was drag queens and there was gay men, and they was paving the way for that road that we are on today, because they wasn't afraid. They knew what they wanted. They knew how to get it, and they was very much in going to get it and enduring through all the troubles and, you know, the beatings, the brutal hatred that they was facing. You know, they paved the way for us. And for someone to not go to a gay pride parade because of that is wrong. Because if it wasn't for the lady boys, the drag queens, the transgenders, the gay men, we really wouldn't have what we had today. I do believe that back then, at Stonewall, it was majority of the men that was getting hurt and killed. So, I mean, very few women was out there. So, for us to say that, you know, we are not going to go to a parade or a gay because of the bikes, you know, queers on bikes and all that, that is wrong, because they have paved the way for us. So, I mean, I thank them. You know, there's nothing that you can do but to thank them, because if not, I wouldn't have the right to sit here and love the person that I love today. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button so you'll never miss an episode. And comment below and tell me something about yourself, because I am Dax.